Hi, and welcome to CTI Wireless Foundation's informational webinar on our Catalyst program. We're going to pause maybe 60 more seconds and let a number of people who've registered join us for the webinar. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Okay, well, I'm going to get started, and those who join late can hop right in. But again, thank you and welcome to the first of two informational webinars on Catalyst 2024. My name is Dory Krieger, and I'm the Executive Director of CTI Wireless Foundation. I have two of my foundation colleagues with me today, Sarah Wright, our Programs Manager, and Anderson Sullivan, our Communications Lead. They will be here to help answer questions that you may have. Before we get started, here's a quick preview of what we're going to cover today. So we'll cover a little bit about who CTIA is, what the CTI Wireless Foundation is, and what's the connection between the two. We're going to talk about why we even create a Catalyst, what it is, who should apply, the submissions process, and of course, resources. Throughout the webinar, if you have any questions, you can put them in the Q&A section and we will get to them as we go through. So again, please submit your questions through the Q&A function. If you have technology-based questions specific to your mobile-first solution, please email us at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org. We want to be sure that we can provide individualized responses. So we'll monitor that and get back to you as soon as we can. So as Executive Director of CTI Wireless Foundation, I wanted to ground this session in a quick snapshot of both CTIA as an industry trade association and its philanthropic arm, the CTI Wireless Foundation. So CTIA has over 250 members, including AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, along with others like Intel, Samsung, Apple, Ericsson, Qualcomm, and more. The association advocates for legislative and regulatory policies at the federal, state, and local levels that foster continued innovation, investment, and increased economic impact of America's wireless industry. CTIA convenes the wireless industry to coordinate best practices and initiatives, develop test plans and certification processes for mobile devices, ensure the security of mobile networks and devices, enhance accessibility, and even more. CTIA promotes its members by building awareness among policymakers and the public by hosting events on topics like 5G, cybersecurity, privacy, infrastructure, and public safety. So CTI Wireless Foundation is CTIA's philanthropic arm. We know that wireless technology is at the heart of our modern lives. At CTI Wireless Foundation, we advance positive social impact by supporting innovations in wireless technology that enhance our lives, bring us closer together, and address challenges in American communities. And in the era of 5G, wireless will unlock even greater possibilities. The Foundation believes in the immense power of mobile technology to create innovative, compassionate solutions that make our lives easier, healthier, and more connected. And to foster those solutions, the Foundation has chosen to support change makers that take advantage of the speed, efficiency, and versatility of wireless technology to deepen our connection to one another and, of course, make our community stronger. And so through our signature initiative, Catalyst, the Foundation supports mobile-first solutions that make meaningful advances for social good in communities nationwide. And we're going to address what mobile-first solutions mean later on in the webinar. Next, we're going to talk about why we created Catalyst. So as I mentioned before, 5G, the fifth generation of wireless, is going to transform the next decade of innovation in unprecedented ways. It's going to make our lives better, our communities stronger, and our nation more prosperous. While 4G advanced the ways people connect and communicate with each other, 5G's lightning fast speeds, ultra low latency, and greater network capacity will revolutionize how humans interact with and shape the world around them. And so the foundation believes in the immense potential of social entrepreneurs who are fueling their solutions with 5G and leading edge wireless technologies to have a tremendous impact on communities nationwide. The connected everything era, 5G era, is going to impact our communities, as I said. It's going to inspire change, disrupt the status quo, and help address some of our country's biggest challenges that often impact marginalized populations the most. The emergence of 5G brings with it the promise of connecting people with the tools they need to engage with their own communities and gain access to broader global perspectives. When combined with cloud, edge computing, IoT, and other technologies, 5G offers a significant opportunity for social entrepreneurs to make meaningful advances and tap into an incredibly powerful infrastructure for social good. 5G is going to touch every facet of our lives, but seriously, we're only just scratching the surface of what is possible. In order to fully recognize how the 5G decade will change the world for the better, we need agile, innovative, and daring visionaries who can put 5G to work to improve our society. CTI Wireless Foundation, through its fifth annual Catalyst competition, seeks to attract and fund social entrepreneurs that are taking advantage of the speed and efficiency and versatility of 5G and leading edge wireless technologies to deepen our connection to one another and make our communities stronger. We seek to accelerate wireless innovation for good by supporting social entrepreneurs who have developed mobile-first solutions. That's a brief snapshot of Catalyst, but let's dive a little deeper. What exactly is this? CTI Wireless Foundation is seeking ambitious, early-stage social entrepreneurs who have developed mobile-first solutions to enhance our lives and address challenges in American communities. We often get questions about what does mobile-first solution mean? And for us, it means that your solution would not exist if it were not for wireless connectivity. CTI Wireless Foundation supports emerging change makers in their crucial early stages of development through our signature initiative, Catalyst. It's a competitive grants program that accelerates the work of social entrepreneurs using wireless for good. So we are looking for mobile-first solutions that have launched, they are beyond the ideation stage, and they have a proof of concept. Operating at the crossroads of discovery, access, and human connection, Catalyst seeks to push the boundaries of what is possible through wireless technology. A hallmark of Catalyst is its strategic targeting of emerging changemakers and social impact projects, which benefit greatly from infusions of capital in their early stages. Catalyst advances forward-thinking innovators that are taking advantage of the leading-edge wireless technologies to deepen our connection to one another and make our communities stronger. So we have three place awards. We will award 3 award tiers in the form of an unrestricted, yes, unrestricted grant from the foundation determined by a set of criteria that we will discuss later in the webinar. We will also award up to 3 honorable mentions at $10,000 each. So that's an investment of over $200,000 in social entrepreneurs using cutting-edge wireless technology to help solve some of our country's most pressing issues. Beyond the unrestricted grant, there are additional benefits to Catalyst. We work really hard to promote winning organizations and their solutions. We try to shine a spotlight on them. Each year, we have made videos for each organization. We truly believe in the power of storytelling to capture attention and help advance your solution and your audience. We promote these videos on CTIA and CTI Wireless Foundation channels, and we share the videos with Catalyst winners for your own use. You can watch previous videos on CTI Wireless Foundation's YouTube channel. You can also find them on our website, wirelessfoundation.org. We introduce winners to elected officials and policymakers who are often addressing key issues impacting the wireless industry. We also provide additional promotion to executives and audiences at some of the world's biggest wireless communications companies. Catalyst winners also have the opportunity to network with foundation board members. And for our Catalyst alumni, we provide financial support to alumni and our winners to cover airfare, hotel, meals, and other incidentals that you may incur to participate in Catalyst events. We think it's really important to have folks here in person now that we're back, and really create those in-person connections with policymakers and with wireless industry leaders. We also offer a pitch coaching component, which means just individualized time for your own benefit with a communications expert. We know that your pitch is super critical to your success, and we want to do what we can to help make it your best. As I mentioned before, this Catalyst Alumni Network, after this year, will have 5 years of winners, and we convene those folks for mutual learning and connections, and it's really becoming a robust network. All right, so who should apply? The foundation is seeking social entrepreneurs using wireless to solve pressing issues in American communities. The solution must be mobile first. And so by mobile first, again, your solution wouldn't be possible without wireless connectivity. I would highly recommend that you visit our Catalyst alumni page to see examples of organizations and social impact projects that the foundation has awarded previously. It's a great tool and resource to see what types of organizations that we've been funding. And so who should apply? As I said, it's important for us for the foundation to support early stage development, but we want to make sure it's beyond an ideation stage, that there is a proof of concept, that the actual solution has launched, and you have some learnings and tweakings from that experience. The foundation also believes that founders who have lived experience with the issue that they're trying to solve have a greater chance of real meaningful impact. So we're looking for that lived experience. Entities that have potential and infrastructure in place to make a real impact are also important to us. We also look to see if applicants have experience working through business incubators, accelerators, or mentorship programs. That's not a requirement, it's just something that we look at. All right, so who, again, should apply? So we're looking for innovators, bold change makers who are addressing some of our country's biggest challenges that often impact marginalized communities the most. One of the foundation's pillars is our commitment to diversity inclusion, and we are seeking applicants who also demonstrate a commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion in their business practices. In 2023, 74% of applicant orgs were led by a member or members of the BIPOC community, and more than half of the organizations were led by a person whose gender identity is female. So we certainly encourage applications from BIPOC community, women, and/or veteran-led organizations. Here's the nitty-gritty, the eligibility. And again, I'll give you resources. So this isn't your first time and you don't have to take copious notes right away. There's a call for submissions, which details all of our eligibility requirements and what we're looking for on our website, wirelessfoundation.org. And I'll go over those resources at the end of the webinar as well. CTI Wireless Foundation operates in the United States and represents the wireless communications industry nationwide. And so therefore applicants must be registered to operate in the US. And in compliance with legal obligations of the foundation, applicants must have one of the following legal structures: nonprofit organization, for-profit enterprise with a demonstrated commitment to social good, or a B Corp. To ensure equity and fairness during the review process, applicants must have completed all requested materials and submitted them by the deadlines. Late or incomplete submissions will not be considered. And to avoid any potential conflicts, applicants cannot be past or current CTI members during any point in the awards process and cannot be past Catalyst winners. Past honorable mentions recipients may apply. And lastly, individuals are not eligible to apply. All right, so those are some of the eligibility requirements, but why should you take this on? I think you'll see through the lens of our past Catalyst winners that they have wireless tech-first organizations. They've lived experience with the issue they're trying to solve, and they were in their early stages of development. And they talk about how they benefited from being a part of Catalyst. Objective Zero is our very first Catalyst winner from 2020. Objective Zero is a mobile app connecting service members, veterans, their families, and caregivers to a nationwide network of peer and civilian support through text, voice, and video chat. You see here that Betsy values that Catalyst supports early stage tech-first organizations. Next, we have Zarina Men from NRelief, our 2021 winner. NRelief uses text messages, voice, and web to create access to nutritious food for American families through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as SNAP. Zarina values the platform that Catalyst provided her from pitch coaching and being introduced to new audiences. Kai Fraser is our 2022 winner. Her organization is Kai XR, and they use augmented reality, virtual reality, and extended reality technologies to enable students to learn and explore beyond classroom walls. Kai values the foundation's commitment to supporting diverse founders. And then most recently, our 2023 winner, Rethink, and their founder, Trisha Prabhu. Rethink is working to stop cyberbullying through an app equipped with AI and ML algorithm that runs a keyboard in the background of social media or messaging apps to nudge users away from posting harmful messages. Trisha values the foundation's commitment to unrestricted grant funds. So this is just a sampling of our first place winners over the past 4 years. I really urge you to go to wirelessfoundation.org to learn more about all of the past Catalyst winners and finalists. You'll find a lot of information there. Okay, our submissions process. Initial deadline is March 5th. So you can see here, phase 1 application, we tried to streamline it. Hopefully you will not have to reinvent the wheel to answer the questions in this section. We're really looking for a succinct description of the solution. It's important for us to understand how wireless technology is advancing it. I mentioned the founder story. Lived experience and the inspiration for creating the solution is really important to us. We also look at the populations and geographic locations the organization serves, and of course, a profile of the organization's leadership, participation in any accelerator programs, and any honors the organization has received. Again, that deadline is March 5th, just before midnight Eastern Time. So from that, phase 1, we will select up to 6 finalists. Finalists will be invited to participate in our phase 2 application. The phase 2 piece is a 30 to 90 second video pitch. So we're asking for a pitch. And if you haven't done that before, we recommend and we'll put this on our website in our FAQ section, recommend 2 platforms to help you create that, Veer and Loom. We understand that they're incredibly helpful. We're looking for, what's the problem you're trying to solve? How does wireless play a part? Love to know more about your background. Why are you passionate about this solution? And what's next? What are your plans for growth? After the you submit the video pitch, we're going to participate in a question and answer session with the foundation team in mid to late April. It's a virtual meeting, and it's an opportunity for the foundation to learn more about your work and for you to ask questions. From there, we're going to invite folks to participate in the phase 3 application. Okay, so phase 3. This is due May 14th. This is a deeper dive from your initial application. And you can see on the slide here what we're looking at, more detailed description, a little more information on the innovative nature and distinct value of the solution that you've created, the effect a Catalyst Award will have on the organization, top-level financial information, and after a little bit of pitch coaching, a revised 30 to 90-second video pitch. I think it's important to note that every finalist who completes a phase 3 application will receive an unrestricted grant if the application is completed in full and on time. We want to recognize how hard it is to take time out from an early stage enterprise to fundraise. So we award that with an unrestricted grant. Again, May 14th is that deadline. So here you see just a brief overview of the process. Starting in March 5th, phase 1 submission deadline. From there, we'll invite up to 6 finalists to begin the phase 2 and phase 3 applications. There's a Q&A session with the foundation team in the mix there, and then our May 14th phase 3 submission deadline. In June and July, we'll produce videos for the winners. Like I mentioned, we really believe in storytelling and know that that's a critical component of shining a spotlight on your incredible work. And in the fall, we'll have a winner announcement and celebration in Washington, D.C. And again, we financially support our winners and finalists to participate in that event. Key resources. I've mentioned a couple of these along the way. Of course, it's the Skilled platform where you actually enter in your application, catalyst24.skilled.com. Our website, and specifically the Catalyst page, there's a wealth of information there. You're going to find our call for submissions, which is a document that really outlines everything that we've gone over in this webinar today. There's also FAQs there. You'll see past winners, their stories, also their videos. Check them out. And you can, at any time during the process, anytime, you can ask questions at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org, and we'll do our best to answer them in a most timely fashion. Okay, I'm going to come back now. And now it's a chance for you to submit your questions through the Q&A function. Again, if you have technology-based questions, we want to provide individual responses. We want to make sure that we're really nailing your question. So email us at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org, and we will be happy to respond to you as quickly as possible. So Sarah, I'm going to look to you to help facilitate any questions that we may have.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Sarah Wright. I'm the program manager, and I will kind of facilitate the Q&A. We actually do have one from Gina. She's asking, what is meant by unrestricted grant?
Sure. Unrestricted grant means that we trust that our founders and our organizations know how to use these funds best. We do not put any restrictions on them, meaning we don't say, we're going to give you X amount of dollars and we want you to use them for hiring a new person, for office space, for tech development. We let you make those decisions. The only restrictions that we have is that we do have a grant agreement, which is fairly standard, and we ask for an interim and final grant report so we can track outcomes, track the impact. But unrestricted grant means we give you that money and you decide how best to use it to advance your solution. It's a great question.
All right, we do have another question. This person is saying that they are going to have an MVP of their product by May 2023, and they're wondering if they can still apply.
An MVP?
I think it's minimum viable product. So they're saying that they won't be launched with their product until May 2023.
I think you might miss the deadline for 2024. We really we look at product that is already launched. I think it would be great if you apply in 2025, but we make those decisions before May. So we really like it to be launched. There's some proof of concept. You've gotten some feedback. You're tweaking things. That's kind of where we are in our early stage.
Dory, while we're waiting for some people to submit their questions, I'm wondering if you could talk more about the video submission, since this is a new thing this year. Can you talk a little bit about what might make a video pitch stand out?
Sure. I think there are probably a few key components of a pitch, which I'm sure a lot of you attending this webinar are adept at and have already done. In our video, we really just want 30 to 60 seconds to get a feel for what the problem is that you're trying to solve, why you've chosen wireless technology to solve it, how that actually works, what inspired you to tackle this problem. That's incredibly important to us, to find the story, the founder story. And then what's next? What are your plans for growth? How are you going to solve this problem more broadly? But something like that would be super helpful. And again, we're going to throw up an FAQ on our website about what we're looking for specifically in the video submission.
Are there any more questions?
And again, if you think of a question later, or if you think of a question while you're filling out the application, which I promise you happens all the time, don't hesitate to reach out. Email us at catalyst@wirelessfoundation.org. Okay, I think we're going to let people email us if they need anything.
Yeah, I will say I see a few questions in here that it would be great if you would email us, because I think that some of our answers are specific to your organization.
Okay, good to note. So it looks like Sarah and I have a little homework to do.
There is another one, Dory, real quick.
Okay.
If you define mobile first, would Wi-Fi qualify?
Not necessarily. You need to be able to connect to a wireless network, not just Wi-Fi in your home. It needs to be something that you would connect to a wireless network to achieve. Again, it can get pretty nuanced and tough. So I think we've got a great lineup in our Catalyst alumni on how they've developed mobile first solutions. So I would definitely look at those, check out their videos, and see if what you're creating or have created kind of is in that realm. I think that would be super helpful. CTI Wireless Foundation really believes in the power of social entrepreneurs using wireless to tackle some of our pressing challenges. Every year, we get so excited to learn what you've created and what you're doing, and it's incredibly inspiring to us. So we really look forward to seeing phase 1 applications. Again, the March 5th deadline is just before midnight Eastern Standard Time, and we look forward to reading them. It's a super exciting time for us. And I'm just going to close by saying thank you. Thank you for taking the time. I know everyone's super busy to learn a little bit about Catalyst. I hope we've inspired you to apply. Please follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn to stay abreast of all the news related to the Foundation and Catalyst. But thank you for joining us today, and I hope we get to read your application on March 5th. Have a good day.